Alright, so today we're going to be discussing the new Super Soul, the infamous at this point. If you didn't know, recently in the last update, it got a major buff on the health regen. It can recover, last time I checked, 7,000 to 8,000 health in 50 seconds. So yeah, and if it's a percentage thing, then the more health you have, the more health points it'll recover in a span of a short amount of time, long amount of time, whichever one, time in general. So yeah, the health regen not really the problem. It's the problem that you only need a transformation to activate it. Now I could understand, like before it was you needed a transformation and a reinforcement skill. I had no problem with that. If they would have still kept the health regen same and made it to where you had to do that, I'd have been perfectly fine with that too. All right, but just the fact that all you have to do is transform, and that's not the bad part. It's the part where people go Super Saiyan, Potential Unleashed, or Golden form, because those forms last basically the whole entire match. If they do that, if they use those forms with that, they'll have like damn near Kamen or Piccolo levels of health regen back from Xenoverse 1 would just transform. And so basically, if you want to be basic, you just have to use Future Super Saiyan as soon as you get 3 bars of key, and then you have like god tier health regen. Like if you thought Namekian health regen was bad, nah, their health regen is only until they're almost dead. This health regen is all the time. So imagine it even worse on the Namekian. Now I won't say using it the Super Soul is bad in general, because like I said before in my video about how to use OP skills or whatever legitly, yeah, there is a way to use it legitly. I know a way. So you can either use it just with a reinforcement skill, because like just reinforcement skills, they really don't last long. They don't last the whole match. They'll eventually go out. Now if you keep resetting them, there's no problem with that either. The person has to stop you from resetting it, so there's really not really much of a problem with it. It's just that it can easily be abused when you talk about Super Saiyan and Golden Form and Potential Unleashed, because those last the whole match and they're relatively easy to get off. Now when you talk about using it with transformations in general, now it's just those 3 transformations. Using it with giant form, now I already discussed this before. Giant form has gotten nerfed to high hell, pretty unnecessarily nerfed to high hell. Now it was broken before. They could have patched it, they could have like nerfed it a little, but the nerf they put to it was godforsaken. Now, the move is the form is still useful. It's just a lot less usable in a sense. You can only use it in certain situations. As Super Saiyan, you can use that shit whenever you want. Same thing for Nimbus, and kind of the same thing for Purification. Speaking of those, there's no problem with using the Super Soul with Power Pole Pro or Purification. Purification is like borderline, but then again, there's still nothing really wrong with it, because eventually it will run out, and they do take extra damage while they're in it. So yeah, there's that to think about. And then they also have Kaioken. So if you use the Super Soul with Kaioken, not only will you take extra damage, but you'll also be losing stamina steadily. You losing stamina. All right. So if it's just Kaioken, you're still gonna be losing it, and the farther you go up, the more you're gonna lose. And I know what you're thinking, but it's not that bad because the Kaioken Super Soul. Well, we're talking about them having a Super Soul. You can't have 2 Super Souls on at once. So just remember how Kaioken is without the Super Soul. I know it's been a while since anyone has seen that, but yes, Kaioken without the Super Soul drains your stamina to high health and increases the damage you take. So yeah, if somebody uses it with the Super Soul, it's really an equal trade-off. Very one of the fair ones, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, I did allow the Super Soul in the tournament, in my tournaments of power, but I restricted it. You can't use it with Super Saiyan, Potential Unleashed, or Golden Form, but you can use it with the other transformations, and you can use it with just reinforcement skills if you like. So yeah, that's basically what my thoughts on Super Soul. It's not necessarily OP in a sense. Now, if you just use it with just Super Saiyan, Potential Unleashed, or Golden Form, then yeah, it's a problem because that shit lasts the whole entire match. But if you use it with anything else that'll activate it, there's not really a problem with it. Now, some of you may be thinking, but what if I go against somebody that's using that Super Soul with those transformations, with the Super Saiyan or whatever? Then what you're gonna want to do is basically maximize your damage. That's really the only way around it. You're gonna have to maximize your damage to high hell. You're gonna have to do the highest damage combos that you have in your arsenal. Otherwise, you will not get their health down. And even if you do it in the stamina break, you won't necessarily kill them in that stamina break. So if they get back up, then they're just gonna regen more health. And if they stamina break you, they're most likely gonna kill you. Now I do know this. Innocence Bullet does work against it and stops the health regen somehow. Last time I checked, somehow it stops it. But if you use Innocent Bullet alone, it won't do nearly the same amount of damage over time as the Super Soul does with healing over time. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next topic. And I'll catch y'all later.